my partner, our VP of Marketing, Mark Cathcart, is actually at the San Jose iboomerang Go Diamond training. He's actually running that event for our global master ambassador, Edwin Haynes, today. So that leaves me on my own here today to do flight school with the rest of everybody else around the world who is not at the San Jose training. So I'm excited to be here with you guys. Way to go, champions. You guys got on today. That is absolutely fabulous. Hey, I want to encourage you. This is going to be a really good flight school today. So I want to encourage you to get your team on. And one of the things that you want to do as you're building your business, if you really want to be successful, is you want to intentionally establish a culture on your team. And we're going to talk about that because at the end of today's training, at the end of today's flight school, I should say, I'm actually going to do a business building success tips training for you guys. And that's one of the things I'm going to talk about is building a culture. But a key part of the culture that you want to build on your team is you want to create this culture of Saturday training. This is so important. And, basically what you're doing when you do that is you're creating a plugged in culture. And, it's funny because, I'm sitting in a seat that's a little bit of a different seat for me. I come from a very corporate background. For those of you who know me a little bit, I worked in corporate for about 19 years, and I was successful. I became a corporate executive, a senior vice president of corporate and business development during that time. And then after that, being really successful, I became an entrepreneur. That's when I got into network marketing and started to take it seriously. And because of the coaching and the mentorship that I received from Holton Buggs, I was able to achieve, the top position in a couple of different companies. So able to have success in the network marketing industry too. But this is my first time as an executive in a network marketing or direct sales environment. And it's interesting because I get the chance to see everything, not just, in the past I could only see my team, but now I get a chance to see everything, and I get a chance to see the customer service questions. And so many of the things that hold people back or plague people or whatever are things that are actually addressed on Saturday training and somehow don't get transmitted to the entire team. You know what the best thing that you could do is? Get your team on the training, create this environment. When people get in, teach them, hey, this is what we do on Saturdays, and have them either watch it live or watch the recording, but watch the recording on Saturday so that they're, in sync with the timing of the rest of the team. And then that way your team is getting this information firsthand. They're getting it firsthand. They're getting fired up firsthand. For example, hats off and congratulations to everybody who got their team on last Saturday's flight school, which was a CEO update with Holton Buggs. You don't get to hear from him all the time. And so for everybody who was tuned in and plugged in and who got their folks on, the thousands of people who were on that training, way to go, congratulations. But think about how many people missed that. And I know that they missed it because I'm looking at the customer service questions and stuff that came out of it a few days later, and people literally asked questions that Holton had addressed. And so what you want to do is to really get your team rocking, make sure that you get them plugged in. So you've got a little while. I'm looking at the Zoom. I'm looking at the Facebook Live, and I see we have a great number of people. This is absolutely fantastic. Let's go ahead and take this opportunity to get people on flight school this morning. Way to go. All right, here's what I'm doing. I'm getting ready to share my screen. Mark was so kind as to put some things together for us. So, hats off to Mark Cathcart for making sure that we are taken care of in the process. So way to go, Mark Cathcart. Appreciate you so much for just being amazing, okay? All right, let's rock and roll here. Flight school, all the things that Mark will want us to know and to keep in mind. Number one, boom gear. How you guys liking my boom gear? I think this is my favorite boom gear shirt so far. And, I got my baseball cap on. And you know what I love about the boom gear? It's just evolving. I like to wear my hat to the back, and the original boom gear cap didn't have a logo on the back. This one does, as you can see. So that's super cool. I want to encourage you guys, go to boomgear.com to get your boom gear. And actually, you can get there through the iBoom Hub. You don't have to remember all these sites. Mark and his team built us a great site to bring it all together. So just go to iboomhub.com, and under the resources link, you can get to Boom Gear. And the Boom Gear stuff is just evolving. Boom Gear shares our executive office in Houston. And I see some of the things that they're working on, which are absolutely cool. I'm not trying to give any hints, but I see some of the things they're working on, and it's absolutely cool. Now, if you have any issues with your Boom Gear order, that is not an iboomerang customer service issue. It's a Boom Gear issue. The email address is gear@iboomerang.com. So that's what you want to do. Send an email to those guys, and they will get in contact with you. Yes, Sharon, you need more gear. That's what I'm talking about. This stuff looks so good, and the new stuff is just getting even better and better and better. Okay, what are we doing here? I'm starting all sorts of crazy things happening on my computer. I don't know what's going on here. I miss Mark. All right, hold on. I stopped sharing. I messed up some stuff. Here we go. Let's do it again, T. Gray. We got this. Which one is it? All right, well, hold on, guys. I think I closed my windows. Let's get it back going again. There we go, Saturday training. Boom. We can do this. Don't tell Mark I messed up, okay, guys? All right. All righty. Come on. There we go. Okay, we're back in business, folks. Here we go. All right. Let's get the slides going again. All right. Happening right now is the San Jose Go Diamond training. Big applause to everybody who is out there at that training. That's going to be a mega event. You've got our global master ambassador, Edwin Haynes, who is absolutely phenomenal leader and an exceptional business builder. He's literally earned millions in this industry, built teams in the hundreds of thousands of people. What an incredible leader. He fights for you guys every single day. I get a chance when he's in town in Houston, I get a chance to work with him on the daily, and he has the most sincere interest in making sure that the field always has absolutely everything that they need. So I think that's absolutely tremendous. That our global master ambassador is leading that Go Diamond training. He's got several great diamonds out there who are working with him. Cesar Munoz, Daniel Camaro, Peter Hirsch, just so many great folks. They've got Lori Spears at that training and David Manning as well. So if you're in the San Jose area and you're not at the Go Diamond training, it's not too late. You can get there and buy a ticket at the door. And by the way, this gives me an opportunity to just kind of give you guys a little plug. I want to encourage you guys, definitely, when we announce events, go ahead and buy your ticket. Don't be a last minute person. In the leadership training in Atlanta, Holton covered 10 signs that a person is addicted to failure, right? 10 signs that a person is addicted to failure. And guess what one of them was? One of those signs is that you're a person who waits to the last minute to do things, right? So, here's one of the ways to succeed is to identify the traits of people who fail and make sure that you get those traits out of you so that you can be successful. And so when we announce events, go ahead and register. Now, I'll tell you what it does for us as a company. It allows us to plan for you properly. It allows for us to choose venues of the right size. It allows for us to know how far we can go with some of the things that we would like to do for you. So I encourage you, go ahead and register. Now, I'll tell you who doesn't do that. The people who don't go ahead and register are the folks who believe that events are optional for your success. And I want you guys to write this in the chats. You guys ready? Events are not optional. Events are not optional. If you want to succeed, events are not optional. They're not. They are part of your business plan. They are part of your success plan. You see, I can tell you right now that everyone who is successful will be at the events. It doesn't mean that if you go to the events, you'll be successful. But if you want what successful people have, you need to do what successful people do. And I'm going to tell you right now that everyone who is successful in iboomerang is at every single event. That's a clue. The successful people, they do a lot of things right. And one of the things that they do is they go to the events. Now, I can tell you that the people who totally fail and bomb out, they're the ones who have the wrong view of events. They think of events as a cost center. They like, well, I've heard people literally tell me, I'll go to events when I start making some money, I'll go to the events. And I just shake my head. I said, no, it's the other way around. You might start making some money when you start going to the event. Because if you think the events are optional, you're never going to be successful. So I'm just going to shoot straight for you guys. And you guys, anybody who knows me, I'm New York City direct, right? That's where I was born and raised. And so I just kind of shoot straight and try to clean up the mess later. So here's the deal, guys. If your philosophy toward the events is, and then I'm talking to the folks who want to be business builders, right? But if your philosophy is you want to be successful, you want to build, if your objective is to build a massive business, if you want to build a massive customer base and make tons of life-changing income for you and your family and for everybody you touch, get it in your mind that the events are where you need to be. So we got a big event. The next big event after this is our big launch in Vegas. And if you don't have a ticket, my question is why? Like, are you still debating on where you're going to go? Here's what you do. You buy the ticket, you commit to going, and then you figure the rest out, right? So that you can make sure that you're there. So I just want to encourage you guys. I kind of got off a little bit of a tangent, but I just want to encourage you guys. You don't want to miss these because we at these events, we give you everything. We don't come to these events lightly. I mean, I was sitting with Holton Buggs in the boardroom yesterday, literally from 9:30 in the morning until 8:30 at night. Holton and I in the boardroom, and we're mapping out things, and we're going over the vision, and we're covering all the different things that the company needs to do in order to achieve the goals and to serve you guys well. And the biggest topic that we discussed for the longest amount of time, and we kept calling people in, was the Vegas event and how we want to do that event in a way that blows your mind. I mean, we called our AV event production team at least 5 times during that. We were watching videos of events and getting inspiration and saying, hey, this is how we want it to go down. I'm trying to tell you, if you're in the business and you don't go to Vegas, I don't know what to tell you. You will be missing something huge. So the other thing is you don't want to just have a ticket for yourself. You want to make sure that your team is there. So folks, get your team in the house. Go ahead and get registered today. Don't sit around and wait. Don't be a last minute person, because the people who wait to the last minute, remember, one of the top 10 indicators that you are addicted to failure is you're a person who waits to the last minute. So don't be that person. Okay. Now, this Thursday, we've got a special event in the Houston area. I don't know if you guys know. So for those of you guys who were around, maybe in the countdown for Freedom Days or right when we launched iboomerang, you saw that, our CEO, who's just an icon in the industry, just an amazing, amazing leader, the CEO, which stands for Chief Example Officer, he was doing a lot of presentations, doing a lot of Zooms. He was doing a lot of live presentations in different places. And now what you're seeing is that now that we have these leaders, these sapphires and these rubies and these emeralds and these diamonds, he's peeling back and he's letting them do their thing, right? But every once in a while, you're going to catch Holton coming out and doing a presentation. I'm going to tell you every time it's going to be special. If you are in the Houston area, you need to be there. If you are around the Houston area, you need to be there. If you can get to Houston, you need to be there. You need to find some folks in Houston and get them in front of Holton. See, I've got the privilege of being around him a lot. Well, when he's in Houston, when he's in town, we actually end up in the same place. And listening to him share the vision of ibüümerang. And I can tell you right now, there's nobody who can articulate it the way that he does. He's truly a visionary leader. And this is truly an Uber-like, Amazon-like, a Facebook-like scenario. I mean, if you just think you're in another network marketing company, I'm telling you, you're missing it. This is game-changing. This is what we're doing here. And so you want to make sure that people get a chance to hear from Houston. You know, I've told all my friends in Houston, I'm like, listen, I'm telling you now, get your babysitter, call in sick, do whatever you got to do, but no excuses. Make sure you are in the house to hear what Holton is talking about on Thursday night. So I just want to encourage you guys. I saw Sam Bean on here. I mean, look, he's on the Facebook chat talking about it's going to be epic, and he's right. Sam, you're right, man. It's going to be epic in H-Town on Thursday. So I just want to encourage you guys, make sure that you're there. Now, if you're in Houston or the Houston area, if you're anywhere near Houston, you're not there on Thursday, again, you missed it. All right. We have a promotion going on in June, and I really hope that you are leveraging these promotions to build your business. So right now, June is Jet Setter June, hashtag Jet Setter June. Make sure you guys are using our hashtags, okay? Jet Setter June. And here's what happens. If you do 10 by 2, now what is 10 by 2? 10 by 2 is you get 10 customers and you enroll 2 new people on your team. Now, if you do that, 10 customers, 2 new people, you get 10 boomerangs. We're basically replacing the boomerangs that you used, okay? All right. Now, what if you do 10 by 2 times 4, right? What if you do 10 by 4 is, so you get 10 customers and you enroll 4 people. If you do that, you get 40 boomerangs. And if you enroll 10 people, if you get 10 customers and you enroll 10 people, you get 100 boomerangs, okay? So I want to encourage you guys to do that. And you know what? Remember, I told you guys, I see everything, right? Remember, I get a chance to sit in the cockpit and see everything. And if you think of this business as an airplane, I'm sitting up in the cockpit right next to the pilot, Holton Buggs. So I get a chance to see all the instrumentation and the altitude and the speed and all that kind of stuff. And you know what? I'll let you guys in on a secret. Guess who's doing the most travel bookings? I don't know why it works out this way, but guess who's doing the most travel bookings? And I mean significantly more, like radically more travel bookings than anybody else. You ready? Our boomerang customers and our first class members. Boomerang and first class. So I just want to encourage you guys, when you're enrolling people, don't be shy about helping people to see the value of first class, because it seems like the folks who kind of hang out at standby and some of the coach and the business class members are still not fully getting it, but those first class members seem to be super committed. So I'm not saying anything negative about standby and coach and business. I know sometimes that's where people have to start in order to get in the game, and that's fine. I believe everybody should get started at the best place that they can. And if standby is the best spot, if that's the best you can do, you should do standby. If coach is the best you can do, you should do coach. If business is the best you can do, you should do business. But if you can do first class, that's the only place for you, okay? And if you have to do something other than that, you want to be upgrading to first class as quickly as possible. You don't want to get comfortable in standby. Frankly, I don't know how anybody could get comfortable in standby. I was on standby recently. My wife and I are trying to come back from a trip, and we missed our flight, and we ended up on standby. It was the most miserable thing. Standby is not meant to be a comfortable place. Standby is not, if we stayed on standby, we'd still be sitting in that airport in the waiting area. No, we didn't want to stay in standby. We wanted a seat on the plane, right? So standby just meant we could get in the airport and be in position to go somewhere. But we didn't want to just stay in position. We wanted to actually go somewhere. So let's make sure that we teach our standbys and business coach and business class members to keep moving up until you get to first class. Somebody's asking, are the boomerangs added automatically? No. We are still building all sorts of systems and stuff. So unfortunately, this is one of those promos that we have to execute manually. And since we're talking about that, I want to let you know that the boomerangs that our fearless leader announced on the spot, sometimes he calls audibles like a quarterback on Sunday, those boomerangs will get added hopefully this weekend. Our development team says that they're going to run what's called a script that will just kind of add them across the board. So everybody's supposed to get those 20 boomerangs. You should get them. If you didn't get them already, you should get them. They said it might be this weekend. And then also the ones from the May promo, the development team is doing that one for us as well. So everybody who was supposed to get their boomerangs doubled, right? So we were able to set it for the May promo that as you enrolled people, you automatically got your boomerangs. But we weren't able to automatically set the doubling for everybody who enrolled more than 5. So the doubled boomerangs for everybody who enrolls more than 5 people in May, that will happen in the next couple of days. I'm excited about that because I've been pushing the development team on that one for us for a while. And that's finally gotten to the top of the list. So we're excited about that. And they're also building us all sorts of administrative toys so that in the future, these promos can be automatic. But don't worry, we'll never short you. We always we'll definitely make sure that we follow through on our word because we're all about that honesty and that integrity and that transparency. HIT, that's our hit philosophy. That's our hit squad. That's how we're making the hits. That's how we're dropping the hits. Honesty, integrity, and transparency. Okay? All right, here we go. So, yeah, let's rock this Jet Setter June. All right, let's keep it popping. Hashtag good. Get your good stories in. So, what does that mean? Hey, guys, write this down. All the money that you make is not your money. Okay? All the money that you make from your iboomerang business shouldn't go toward your pocket and having a good time. You want to make sure that you retire your debt. We want some debt-free people around here. We want to make that kind of a difference. We want to be able to brag about the amount of debt that the iboomerang opportunity has helped people to eliminate. So as you start paying off those credit cards and making extra payments on your cars and your mortgages and even eradicating some of those bills, make sure you're letting us know. Send your good story to marketing@iboomerang.com. Now, it doesn't have to be a dramatic story. It could just be, hey, you know what? I was able to pay an extra $1,000 on my credit cards, right? I was able to get ahead, 1 or 2 mortgage payments, I was able to pay off my kids' school early, whatever it is. Make sure you're letting us know the impact that your iboomerang income is having on your life here and your debt load. All right. Now, let's talk about the DTRTs. Does anybody know what that stands for? We live in a negative world. I was talking with my wife about this the other day, and it's just so easy for people to just gravitate toward negativity, right? And it just seems like, you think about, there's this entire news organizations that are just dedicated to just trying to catch somebody slipping up, like TMZ, right? What do? They hide in the bushes and they try to catch a celebrity slipping up, right? And you think about the news organizations. I was thinking that sometimes they say things like, well, in positive news today, well, why do they have to say that? Because most news is negative. Most news is about somebody doing the wrong thing, whether the president is doing the wrong thing or there's some criminals or whatever, right? Even the weather might be doing the wrong thing. But you know what? We do the opposite. We like to catch people doing the right thing and celebrate it and talk about it. We're like the anti-TMZ. We're all about catching you doing the right thing. So let's go ahead and celebrate some folks. Mark's got a huge list of people because you know what? We got so many people doing the right thing. Now, here's the thing. I don't know where everybody is. So I'm just going to call your name and just let you know that you look great out there doing the right thing. Like Angela Billups doing that presentation. What's up, Angela? I've met Angela a few times. Brian Rooney. I don't know if he's here in H-Town with this particular meeting because I know he lives in the Houston area. But Brian Rooney, Tim Lakachi, Sonia Sampson, and Lori K. Lore, Tracy Billingsley, Elon Smith. Now, Elon, you're in Bermuda or Barbados? No, Bermuda, I think it is. So Elon, I met her in Atlanta. Way to go. You're rocking it. Connie Brooks Thomas and Sharon Anthony, you guys are amazing. Keisha Davis, Sharita Roberts, and Bruce Bailey. Obviously, Bruce Bailey is taking the picture in that lower one. There he is up in the top one there. So way to go, you guys rocking it out. Next one, Michelle Stridham, Elsie Dutois, Haley Busman, and Shireen Haynes. Way to go, you guys. Looking good with your boomerang, a real boomerang there. And you can see their meeting down below. You've got also Dr. Christo, Hedda Nell, and Kelly Marie joining them in that picture. Nicole Harry rocking the web meetings. You go, girl. With Andre Jones. I met Andre in Chicago and Veronica McLymet. Look at this, David Guerin. You know what? I keep seeing David everywhere. This dude is amazing. He will get on a plane and he will travel and come to another boomerang event. But what I love that he does before each one is he goes and gets those boomerangs cut into his haircut. This is just absolutely crazy. I don't know if you guys can see that. He's got boomerangs in the side of his head. It's absolutely awesome, David. Way to go. You know what? I like that because, you know, people do all sorts of crazy stuff for their football teams and their basketball teams. They paint their face and all that kind of stuff. And then they'll get into iBoomerang and then they're just shy and they want to talk about it to anybody. They're just all embarrassed, right? And crazy thing is that, you know, you paint your face and you're screaming at the TV and you're throwing your beer for your football team or your basketball team or your soccer team. And here's the thing, whether they win or lose, they're not sharing the money with you. But iBoomerang is your opportunity. When this company wins, you win. And so why not get crazy for iBoomerang, right? So way to go, David. Way to show us how to get crazy for iBoomerang. All right, we got Sylvester and Ronette Corley up in Cali, knocking it out. Dr. Karen Johnson, Tisha Adams, Dawn Chambers. Way to go. Lois Coffee. Now, you know, I just want to stop and say something about Lois Coffee. So, we had to, at the Atlanta leadership training, right? And I'm going to plug this whole buy your tickets early thing, right? So at the Atlanta leadership training, you know, Holton and Earlene, they had a vision. They said, you know, we want to spoil leaders. And that's what we do here. We spoil leaders, right? So what they did is they rented out an entire movie theater for us to go see the X-Men movie in Atlanta on the night that it came out. And it was awesome. It was one of those movie theaters with the seats that totally recline, and the servers come around and they take your order and they bring you your food and your drink and you're sitting there eating something great while you're watching the movie. And it was absolutely fantastic. Every last person in the movie theater was iBoomerang. It was our Sapphires and above. But because we didn't have everybody registered in advance, we kind of had to take a guess at how many people we were going to have. And so we didn't have enough seats. So we had enough seats for all of our diamonds who were there and all of our emeralds and all of our rubies, but not for all the sapphires. So what we did was we took a look at who recruited how many. So we ran in back and we pulled a report and said, okay, who recruited how many? But not just the number. We said, how many standbys, coaches, business, and first class? And we added up the volume, right? So obviously standbys have 0 volume, coach has 250 qualifying volume points, business has 500, and first class has 1,000, right? Well, first of all, the single person out of that whole group who had sponsored the most people and the most first class people was Lois, right? So way to go, Lois. And then when we added up the volume, the total volume of the enrollments, at that particular point in time, Lois's total volume of enrollments by herself, this is just from people that she has enrolled in iboomerang, was just about 34,000 points. Way to go, Lois. And now I'm going to tell you this, the next person who was also a rock star, the second person on the list only had about 24,000. So she was the biggest recruiter by about 10,000 points spread. Way to go, Lois. She's out there working it. I wanted to give you just some really big props because we didn't have a chance to get into all of that. You just keep rocking it, Lois. You're doing the right thing. That the way that you're building this compensation plan, the way this business is set up, it will reward you for that behavior. So keep rocking it. Aisha Davis, Elizabeth, Nikki, and Nataki, nice meeting you got going down there. And we got a whole crew with this other one here. We got Rufus Smith, Marsha Mullins, Patricia Arnell, Ola Mullins, John Clark, Devonna Clark, Charisma Latrice Williams, Gerald Wright, Edward Boone, Susan Matthias Valentine, and Natasha Smith. Now, why am I doing that to Natasha Smith? Because she got on the Zoom meeting early and she said something about me being a Dallas Cowboy hater. And so I just want to say, again, good morning to everybody except Natasha Smith. That's my girl, though. She's my buddy. I'm just giving her a hard time. All right. Slime right now, Curly again with the web meeting. Will Fisher, Lois Coffee. You're going to see some of the same people over and over again. Why? Because they're rocking it. Shawana Woods, Kiara Lasty, Alicia Harrell, Sherrod Woods, Tanya Lawrence. Tanya Lawrence, way to go. She's showing up a lot too. Andrea Clark, Patrice, Janice, Lashana, and Takita. And you know what? I want to say this. Somebody actually complained about the Top Gun Spotlight, and it takes so long, and they sent a message. This is one of our previous trainings. They sent a message. They said, can you guys just get down to it? Folks, let me tell you, believe it or not, you might not understand, but this is the most important part of the training. Because what happens is people are going to come to our events and they're going to see people winning. Somebody's going to come and they're going to see Lois advancing from Sapphire to Ruby to Emerald to Diamond, up on stage telling her story as a mom, how this business and the income changed their life. And they're going to be like, well, what did she do? Well, you know what? You don't have to know what, you don't have to ask that question if you've been on training every Saturday. You see what she's doing. So remember what I said, if you want what successful people have, do what successful people do, right? She's not sitting at home wishing and hoping, because wishing and hoping is a terrible business strategy. She is putting her goals into action. She's on the move, and that's what all these people who are doing the right thing are doing. They are on the move. You want what they're going to get? You want what they're getting and what they're going to get? Do the same thing. So, Tanya Lawrence, Chris Handles, Franklin, way to go. Patrice, Omar, Janice, look, the Corleys again. Patty, Carmela, Andrew, Ted Davies, Patrice, Darwin, Omar, and Janice. These guys are in the living rooms. And by the way, we like to show these pictures of all the big hotel meetings all packed out. But you know where those come from? You know how you get big packed out hotel rooms? You do what the Corleys are doing. You fill the living rooms. The living rooms and dens. That's where this business is built. The living rooms and dens. And of course, all those Zoom meetings, right? That's how you get what Jav Cardona has in this picture here, right? The right picture is what creates the left picture. The living rooms and dens create the hotels. Makasa Anyakaya, Giannine Anyakaya, Alton Paris, Latoya Wilson, Paul Thomas, Halama McFarland, Sabrina Banks, Rosa Ramos, Dolores Clinton, Ruth Walsh, Anthony Bonnet, Brielle Jackson, LaRonda Jackson, Diane Francis, and Zoe Clinton. Way to go, way to rock it. And our spotlight is, our spotlight is Kiara Lasty. She said she just traveled to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico with her family for 10 days. Why didn't you take the rest of us with you, Kiara? I don't know. We didn't get invited. But she said her points that she's earned so far from booking travel paid for one night stay in a hotel in Puerto Vallarta, 1 block from the ocean on her 11th day. So guess what? Her points extended her vacation by a whole day, so she was able to buy an 11th day with her points. Way to go, Kiara. I'm just so super proud of you. Thank you for sharing this story. And I just want to encourage everybody, book that travel through iboomerang. Somebody said, man, I didn't see my favorite hotel on the list. No problem. Guess what hotel we stay at, right? Holton loves to stay at, St. Regis and Ritz-Carlton. Guess where he stays at now since we're doing iboomerang? He stays at the hotel with the best deal. That's where we stay at. We look for a hotel with the best deal. And we say, you know what? We're going to stay there. I used to have all these Marriott points, which is amazing. Now I stay at the hotel where I can get the best deal so that we can make sure that we use our product, be a product of the product, and enjoy those great deals. Also, Top Gun Spotlight. Renee Young will not let up. She is in full-on customer acquisition beast mode. Here we are, 170 customers. Hashtag stacking on that value. Way to go, Renee. She did a training on how to get customers a few weeks ago. You guys need to go back through our videos on Facebook, on our Facebook page. Find that video. Listen to what Renee says. She got 170. She had 130 customers at the time. Now she got 170. I remember Holton gave her on that training. He messaged us during the training, said, give her 25 more boomerangs. We gave her 25 more. They're gone already. You can see that, right? Way to go, Renee. She's rocking it, right? She is doing. Somebody said, how do I get more boomerangs? Use them, right? People who are using the boomerangs seem to keep getting more and more. All I know is that there's no package that you can enroll with that gives you 170 boomerangs. You know what she's been doing? And you can't buy them, right? We haven't triggered that yet. So how is she getting all these boomerangs? I'll tell you how she's getting all these boomerangs. Every time we put out a promotion where you can earn more boomerangs, Renee is all over it. She does whatever she has to do to earn those boomerangs and get those extra boomerangs so that she can go out and get some more customers. All right, so where do you send all this stuff to? You want to be in Spotlight? Send it to marketing@iboomerang.com. Make sure you let us know not just your name, but the location. And if there's a story behind it, let us know that too, and we will get you included in the Top Gun Spotlight. Okay, again, make sure you're using our hashtags. Hashtag just different, because we are just different. This is not more of the same. If you really understood this company, you would understand how hashtag just different we are. Woo! Okay, so you guys are hanging out with me today. Your Vice President of Operations. The joke is real. You ever heard that they say the struggle is real? The joke is real. Vice President of Operations, everything, right? So, but it's fun though. I actually enjoy this building this company. Listening to HB's vision and then taking the task of going ahead and making sure that those things become reality is a blessing. It's an honor. And I'll run with HB any day of the week and make things happen. So this is absolutely phenomenal that we get a chance to do this. Hey, guess what, folks? Today, Saturday, June 22nd, marks 104 days since we have kicked this thing off. Today is day 104. Can you guys believe that? And we are absolutely breaking records throughout this industry. So as of today, we have as of a couple of days ago, we have over 100,000 people using our platform. What does that mean? I said, when you add up our customers and you add up our business partners, you got over 100,000 people. And by the way, customers are more than 2 to 1 outnumbering distributors. So a lot of companies, they play this game the opposite way, and they got this many distributors and this many customers, right? And so they start calling their distributors customers. They start calling them internal customers. Okay, when we say customers at iboomerang, we mean customers, right? Like not people who signed up in the deal, people who did not sign up in the company. So we have literally this many customers. We have this many PSAs. You guys are rocking it. You guys are out there getting the customers. And those customers are using, right? So again, remember I said, if you take those boomerang customers and those first class folks, they're just going to town. Listen, guys, over 11,600 travel reservations in 104 days. Come on, folks. You guys are absolutely crushing it. I want to, hey, you guys get out there and take more trips. This is more exciting, right? This is absolutely insane. 11,600, over 11,600 travel reservations. You know, we went to go and meet with our travel technology partner that powers iGo on Monday. We were there all day Monday, right? And then there was a second meeting on Tuesday. I couldn't go to that because I couldn't get my flight changed. And so Holton Buggs and Lori and Peter went to that particular meeting, right? And so our travel partner, you know, I remember the very beginning, they were like, okay, yeah, whatever. You guys, everybody in the network marketing industry tells us how they're going to blow it out and they're going to do so much and more. And then we actually did it. We backed it up. And you know what? Now they're like, you guys are the #1 customer, right? They're sitting there talking about, it's amazing how you guys are growing. It's the pace is insane. The things that we're working on together. I mean, they have now said, you know what, you guys need your own dedicated customer service organization. Because our customers, when they're speaking to us, their customer service organization services all of the clients that they have that use their platform. They're like, you guys are growing so fast and getting so big, and we just see you guys getting so huge that you probably want to have your own customer service organization. So we've already started the wheels going on that so that we can have a group within their group that literally only works on iboomerang. Come on, folks. So exciting. We just keep evolving. We just keep growing, right? Now, I just want you guys, you know, one of the reasons that I put this number up here is just so that we can remember, though, that we are 104 days old, okay? We work hard to look good. I mean, I just want to say, again, big applause to Mark Kithcart and the marketing team. Our VP of marketing is relentless and unforgiving about this brand. So we look good as a company. He makes sure that we look good. So we don't look like a 104-day-old company, right? I mean, at the trainings that we did in Atlanta and in San Jose, you know, we show what Apple looked like in the beginning. We show what Amazon looked like in the beginning. We show what Uber looked like in the beginning, and they didn't look this good at 104 days. They were looking pretty, right? But look at the companies that they've become. Well, we don't look like that, and so sometimes it's easy, I know, to guys to forget that we're only 104 days old. It's kind of like when you have a really big kid in 3rd grade. You kind of look at the kid and you expect them to be more mature than they really are, but they're still just a 3rd grader. And so, you know, some of the things, the customer service issues that we have and some of the performance issues that we have as a company, I want you guys to remember that we are relentlessly working to build things, to fix them, and to refine them. But you guys experience them literally as we build them, right? And I was talking with somebody the other day and I was like, hey, look, this technology, these things that we're bringing out, like, you know, rolling out a binary, rolling out a unilevel, it's not like going to your local electronics store like a Best Buy and buying an Apple TV. You pull it out of the box, you plug it into your TV, and oh, it works perfectly. No, these things require some refinements. We're giving you guys the opportunity to ride with us early while we do these things. And so we just want you guys to just remember that they're not always going to work properly right out of the box, and that it may take a few development cycles for us to get it fixed. But here's what we want you to know. Number one, we are committed to getting it right. We are 1,000% committed to nothing short of excellent. It will be excellent. It will work. It will work perfectly. It will be reliable. Maybe not right out of the box, but we will find whatever issues there are and we will fix them. If in the process you get shorted somehow, we will fix that too. Okay? So we're committed to excellence, and we're committed to this being an amazing environment for you to build a business. Just remember, though, that you're taking the development ride with us so that you can have that first mover's advantage, that head start, that, frankly, I mean, people are, your early start is worth so much. Look at that, 11,600 travel reservations. All right, so let me give you guys a little bit of a business update. Just a couple of things that we accomplished this week. Yesterday we paid out our first unilevel commissions. Excited about that. The development team has been working on that for quite some time to get that ready. We paid out our first monthly commissions yesterday, and that was just the unilevel. We've got some more stuff that we're working on to get some more money into everybody's hands. Okay. Now, the next thing is one of the things I was referring to on the last slide was the binary, right? I remember I said you can't take 20,000+ people from essentially a holding take scenario and drop them into a brand new binary and expect that it's going to be completely perfect, right? And so it wasn't. So what we did is we went back and we audited the first 4 weeks of the binary. You guys didn't ask us to do it. We said this is something that we need to do. So we went back and week one, we reran week one, every single order, and we reran everybody's commissions. And then we did week two, then we did week three, and we did week four. And then we came up with a list of adjustments. And, I'll tell you what, I'm not sure if Holton wants me to tell everybody this, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you, there were some people, adjustments could be positive or negative, right? So there were some people that were overpaid, and, what we could do, and if we were running things just literally by the books, what we would do is we would go back and take those commissions back from people. But just to kind of show you the spirit of our leader, our visionary leader, Holton's like, you know what? Nope, I don't want that. As part of believing in us and taking that early ride with us, here's what we're going to do with the folks that we overpay. We're going to let them keep it. Okay, we're not gonna take it back. We're gonna let them keep it. So if we found that that you were overpaid, we're not going back to take it back from you. And that's really important, because you know what, folks will definitely let us know if they're underpaid, right? But I want to make sure you guys know that some of you guys actually got a little bit extra. Now, for anybody that we owed money, that money was in your check on Friday, right? So we found that too. And so we let the folks who got overpaid keep it, and the folks who we found that we underpaid, we gave them their money. It's kind of like Monopoly. That's why I have that up there. Bank error in your favor. Like if you ever play the game Monopoly and you pull that card, you get all excited because it's just like, oh, extra money. I didn't go around the board. I just got an extra $200, right? Well, we basically found that as we did the calculations, there were a couple of things that were off. And so there were some people that were owed money, and that money is in your commission. So you can find it in your e-wallet. If you click on it, it's going to show up it's going to say adjustment. And then on Monday, we'll actually have line by line detail. That'll show you what makes up those adjustments as well. So I know some of you guys had commission questions. Take a look at that first and see if your commission question goes away by virtue of that. And now do me a favor, if it does solve your commission question and you've got an open ticket on that one, just reply to the ticket and say, I don't need any further help on this. The adjustment that I received took care of it. That way we can close your ticket. Okay. Another thing that we worked on, we've been working with payout. I know some of you guys have experienced a little bit of frustration as payout has worked through a transition. They actually, our partners are just so amazing. They really want to be a part of what we're doing. We put a lot of pressure on payout to change banks because, the first bank was really slow. And so they changed banks to an amazing global bank relationship. But of course, that meant the last 2 weeks, they've been in a transition period to becoming a new customer of this bank. So that created some delays. We've worked through that. Pretty much almost everybody is caught up. If you're not still caught up, we'll help you get there. And then going forward, this should be a much smoother experience. We're going to keep working with them until we get this thing just moving like butter. So thank you again for taking the ride with us. They are a great partner who's really committed to our success, and they can do some things on a global basis and on a technology basis that frankly, nobody else in the industry really can do yet. So, we're going to work with them now. Of course, if it takes them too long to get things smoothed out, we'll consider other options. But, that said, they are really a good partner who is working to get some things done. Now, one of the things associated with PayApp is the bank cards, the debit cards. And the first card issuer that they were using was very difficult to work with. So some of you guys have received cards. Some of you guys, what is it? Hold on a second. Some of you guys, I got to look at my WhatsApp here. Some of you guys, oh, look at that. Oh, okay. I see you, HB. Hold on. Now you can, I have my WhatsApp open. And yes, I don't know how you want to do this, if you're going to get on or if you just want to tell me in my WhatsApp. Now you have my attention. You have my attention. Okay? All right. So HB, drop it in my WhatsApp because it's right here. It's in front of me. I'm looking at it, and we'll do that. Okay. So now I'm waiting for HB to do that. But while he's doing that, I just want to finish talking about these cards. So they're replacing the cards. They've got a new relationship that allows them to make the card experience better. And so they're replacing the cards. If you got a PayApp card, PayApp is replacing that card with the ibüümerang card free of charge. Okay. Just make sure your address is correct in your PayApp account, and you should receive a new card in about a week. Okay. And anybody who, oh my God, this CEO, I'm just trying to tell you, I don't know what he eats for breakfast, but the things that he comes up with are just insane. He is truly a disruptor because he's disrupting me right now. Okay, HB. All right. So anyway, guys, if you order the card now, you're going to get the new card. Let's get to the promo. All right. Your CEO, I don't even know where he is right now, has just sent me a message. And he said that because we're 104 days, he wants to run a special 104-day promo, day 104 promo. And we're going to, HB, we got to get the word to Edwin Haynes as well so he can announce this in San Diego. Because I think folks are about to pass out when we announce this particular promo. Man, HB, you got to see the group. You got to see the messaging in the group. These guys are going crazy right now, and they want me to get to it and tell them what the promo is. And yes, I'm totally messing with them right now by stalling. But yeah, guys, here's the promo. You ready? Anybody who sponsors a first-class pack from now to the end of June is going to get, come on, D. Gray, 104 boomerangs. It's the day 104 promo announced on the 104th day from your CEO, your chief example officer and visionary. He's this is mind blowing, you know. And HB, I'm sorry, I should have expected this. And you know what I'm going to do from now on? Whenever we do the training, I'm going to just leave my phone WhatsApp open on an HB chat just in case he throws an audible in there. But that's what he just gave you guys. Show HB some mad, crazy ibüümerang love. 104 boomerangs for everybody who sponsors a first-class pack through the end of the month. 104. 104. And we'll get that set on automatic as soon as the training is over. That's one that our developer has given us the ability to set. So that'll happen automatically. Anybody, yeah, you should see HB. I'm looking at the chat, and it's crazy. People are like making the eyes. Tawana, she made the eyes like, huh? Like anybody who sponsors a first class pack is 104 boomerangs? Yep, absolutely. Absolutely, people. HB, I know you're looking at these chats. It's absolutely insane here. Somebody said 104 is their lucky number. This is unbelievable, insane, exciting. HB, you never cease to amaze me, man. I work with you every day, but you just keep bringing the hits, man, and they're absolutely amazing. We're so fortunate to have you as our leader. What a great one. What a great one. All right, guys, let me go ahead and drive through this. And so I'm going to show you at the end of this training how to build a business around first-class people so you can get these 104 boomerangs, okay? And so the last update, I think I already talked about the earned boomerangs. Customer service, we switched to a new platform. You've got live chat, right? So in your back office, you see that little icon in the lower right-hand corner. If you click it, it opens up live chat with our customer service team. Now, listen, guys, we are continuing to grow and develop, so we still don't have, a ton of people working 24/7. So if you're going to get more rapid live chat response when, during the United States workday. But we do have people who are available pretty much around the clock. It might not be as fast. It might not be as immediate during the off times, like the weekends and the evenings. Okay. Gee whiz, HB. Way to drop the bombs first thing in the morning on a Saturday. Oh, my God. Okay. All right. It got better. It got better. See, something just told me go back and double check your WhatsApp, T. Gray, in case there's might be some residual blessings hiding out in your WhatsApp. All right, folks, your CEO is on a roll this morning. He just made it better. Somebody said it gets gooder and gooder. Does anybody want to know what he just texted me? Anybody want to know what HB just sent me? If you want to know, you got to tell me. I want to know. Tell me. This is insane. This is insane. HB. Oh my goodness. All right. These are his instructions. He says, T. Gray, give the buyer 104 boomerangs as well, and make sure the TSAs are promoting it. So the day 104 boomerang promo is you enroll somebody who does a first class, they get 104 boomerangs, and so do you. Boom! Boom Buggs. I tell you, our CEO is absolutely insane. I love it, HB. Way to go. I think everybody's going to eat this promo up. 104 boomerangs for the person who gets the first class pack and 104 boomerangs for the sponsor. Absolutely insane. Insane. Aren't you glad you got on this training today? Oh my God, you guys are doing fantastic. Way to go getting on the training. HB, you just lit the world on fire. So there it is. The buyer gets 104. The sponsor gets 104. Come on, guys. It doesn't get any better than that. All right. All right. I'm going to speed through the rest of this because we're already at the hour point. And Sam Bean says, I just lost it. I know, man. I hear you, man. All right. iBoom Hub. Hey, everybody, you want to use that. Use that. Empower yourself. Use iBoom Hub. Okay? Number one, iBoom Hub. Bookmark it. Make sure all your new people, when they join your team, iBoom Hub, let them know, okay? Because what's on iBoom Hub, first of all, anything that we're promoting is on the front door. Anything this big is going to be on the front door right away, right? So right now, of course, we're wrapping up the San Jose event. We'll take this down, and we've got Jet Setter June there. We've got our Cancun video on the front, right? Our promotions are going to be here and explained on the promotions tab, right? So we're going to have to put this day 104 promo on there from our CEO, Holton Buggs, right? Our events, this is where you can come to learn about the events. We got a nice calendar here. This is absolutely cool, right? But this is where you can register for the trainings and learn about our Sapphire event. You guys know we have a Sapphire event coming up next year. You got to qualify by the end of this year to get an invitation. And if you qualify multiple times, we'll pay for it, right? You got your Diamond event, Diamonds in Dubai. That's like super cool. You got to qualify for that. And of course, our Las Vegas event. the whole schedule is right here and the link for you to go get your tickets. All right. Now we have a page on here called Fast Start Training. There's no reason for anybody to not know how to be successful in our company. It doesn't matter how good of a trainer you are. It's going to be how good of a point people to iBoom Hub are you, right? Because they can come here, they can get the Fast Start Training from our CEO himself. They can learn about the comp plan from our global master ambassador. They can learn how to send an I-Decide. They can learn how to send a boomerang. They can learn how to work their iGo. They can learn how to work their pay app. It's all right here on iboomhub.com. And then under the resources and links, you've got a link to your FAQ. So, okay, what's on the FAQ page, right? Well, the FAQ page is where you can get a lot of questions answered so you don't even have to wait for customer service. A lot of the questions that people are asking are right here. There's questions about, for example, where do I send somebody new to get started, to enroll? That's here. I don't have a sponsor. That's here. How do I change my password? That's here. How long do I have to upgrade? That's here. What is a group boomerang? That's here. How does a monthly subscription fee work? That's here, right? Where do I purchase iBoomerang apparel? iboomhub.com, but that's here too, right? How do I work my pay app? That's here. How do I use Bitcoin with pay app? That's here. It's all here, folks, right? Can children attend an iBoomerang event? That's here too. And what we do, our philosophy for this is as people ask questions, oh my God. Good thing I'm HB, I'm gonna need you to I don't know, what are you doing, HB? Why? Why are you doing this? Okay, another news flash. HB, you got people saying, I can't wait to meet you. Okay, here's another news flash. You ready? You guys aren't ready. I don't see readiness in the chats. I don't see readiness. Are y'all ready? Sylvia is posting repeatedly in Facebook. T. Gray, tell us about the other promo. Okay. Sylvia, I'm going to tell you guys about the other promo. I have literally 100 T. Gray come-ons in the Zoom. Okay. Part 3 to the day 104. Holton Buggs woke up on the right side of the bed. iBoomerang promo. So part 1 was you sponsor a person who gets started with a first class pack, who wants to fly first class with iBoomerang, and you get 104 boomerangs. And then Holton Buggs added more spice to it and said, you know what? Give the person who's enrolling at the first class pack 104 boomerangs also. So now you enroll someone who gets a first class pack, they get 104, you get 104. And then he says, in my WhatsApp, that if a person upgrades to first class, they get 104 also. Not their sponsor, but them. The person who's upgrading also gets 104 boomerangs. So now, there's an opportunity for 3 types of people to get a boomerang. A sponsor who brings in a brand new person who signs up with a first class pack, they get 104. The person who signed up with the pack gets 104. And if you got somebody out there on standby coach or business class who upgrades to first class by the end of the month, they're going to get 104 boomerangs as well. HB, you are out of control this morning, and I love it. That's what I'm talking about, guys. This is your CEO, a heart bigger than Texas. He is just trying to help you win. He is really trying to help you win, And I'm going to tell you this right now. Just, you know what he told me? He says, T. Gray, we are going to have 5 million customers by the end of the year, after 1 year. At 12 months, at the 12-month mark, March 2020, we will have 5 million customers. He says, we are not playing with this thing. This is for real. So listen, folks, that's a clue. That's a message. Our CEO is so serious about this. And we watch the count, guys. I'm telling you, 5 million customers is going to happen. You are part of history. You are part of history, and HB is giving you what you need to succeed. We are not playing. We are serious. And that kind of brings me to our training. I have a little mini training for you guys this morning that I want to share with you. Hold on. Little mini training, and then I'm sending you guys off to your Saturday to go get your boomerangs. Okay? Here we go. All right. So real quick business building tips. So like HB said, we're serious. We're not playing. And the reason why is because success is not for people who are playing. Success is for the serious. And so if you guys want to succeed, you got to be serious about your business. The first thing is, you know, if you're going to work, make sure you're doing the right work. That's why you want to show up at trainings. That's why you want to go to the events, because these diamonds, these leaders, they're going to show you not just how to work, but what is the right work, the right time, the right amounts, you know, and the right people to do that work with so that you can be successful. That's what this Day 104 promo is all about, helping you to do the right work. All it is trying to channel your focus in the right direction. Help people to go first class, because that's where the magic happens for a person. It's not just about getting the most money out of a person. There's a mindset and a commitment that happens when a person is at that level. They're really ready to rock and roll. So we're teaching you to do the right work. If you want to be successful, you need to learn what is the right work. The next thing is you got to be clear on your objective. So now, if you're not clear on your objective, your CEO just gave you a clue. What do you think the clue is? Before we do it, I'm just want to think about what he said to me about why he's doing the promos, and I just want to see what is the objective. I want to see it in the chats, guys. What is the objective? I want to see who's clear on the objective. Who's clear on the objective? Come on, I'm looking. Talk to me. What is the objective? Customers, exactly. Customers. See, why are we getting these customers? Because of the PRIB, the perpetual residual income builder. This concept, if you guys really understood it, you would not sleep at night. This is a game. Boomerang is a game where he or she who has the most customers wins. And that's why your objective is to build a massive team, because you cannot get all the customers yourself. Renee Young, she's got 170 customers. That is awesome. But now what happens when you build that team, that's how you get into the tens of thousands. That's how you get into the hundreds of thousands. That's how you get into the millions of customers in your business. When we get to 5 million customers, there are going to be people in this company who their organization, their business represents millions of customers. And so that's why you are bringing people onto your team. You're bringing people onto your team for 2 reasons. Number one, so they can get more customers and so that they can bring on more customer getters. That is why you recruit. So that the people who join your team can get more customers, and now your first-class people have the ability to get 104 customers out of the gate with the promo that HB just announced, and so that they can expand your organization of customer getters. That's why you do it. Now, if you understand that, it will shape your direction, it'll shape your energy and your efforts every single day. So what do you want to do? You want to establish a team culture. What is your team culture? Your team culture should include things like 10 and 2. You saw the 10 and 2 training, right? Where everybody in their first month, they get 10 customers and 10 business partners. And then every month after that, they get 10 more customers and 2 business partners, 10 more customers and 2 business partners, 10 more customers and 2 business partners. That's why the Jet Setter June promo is 10 and 2, so that you can get 10 new customers and 2 business partners. We're trying to establish that as a rhythm. You want to establish that as a culture, as a rhythm on your team. What else is in your team culture? Events, events, events. Your team goes to events. Your team shows up at events. If there's a regional event, you go there. If there's a local event, you go there. If there's a global or a national event, you go there. Our team goes. We get there whatever way we got to get there. If we can fly, we get there. If we got to drive, we get there. We got to rent buses, we get there. If we got to tie a bunch of skateboards together, we get there, right? Our team goes to events. That needs to be your team culture. You guys need to get there. You need to sit together, be the loudest ones in the room, like that Puerto Rico team. Wherever they go, they're not even the biggest team in the room, but they are the loudest team in the room because that's their team culture to get to the event. So if you're, and by the way, put it in your team culture that your team registers for events as soon as they're announced. Don't be on team too late. Don't be on team last minute. Don't be team procrastinators. Be team we registered already. That needs to be your team. Team we registered already. All of us, every last one, right? So that needs to be part of your team culture. Also, Saturday training, part of your team culture, team plugged in. Make sure that your team is team plugged in. We are in the information, right? We're also team resourceful. We use iBoom Hub so that we know what we need to know, and we serve ourselves first, and then after we've exhausted all of our resources, then we start hitting up customer service, okay? Because we're only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So if we can get the obvious questions self-serve, then we can answer the hard ones through customer service, all right? All right, next thing, business building tips, success for the serious. Have a forward, progressive mindset. Keep driving. You see Holton? He's focused on the goal. He's not focused on today. He's focused on the goal. Okay, 5 million customers. What's your goal? Diamond. So what do you got to do? Climb the ranks. What do you got to do? Go Sapphire. You got to go Sapphire. Find your upline Sapphire and ask them to show you how to go Sapphire. Sapphire is magic. You want a secret? The whole comp plan is built around Sapphire. That's how you go diamond. You don't go diamond by trying to go diamond. You go diamond by going Sapphire. And the reason for that is because once you go Sapphire, you can teach other people to go Sapphire. So once you can go Sapphire, you want to be a Sapphire maker. And so our diamonds are literally the best Sapphire makers in the company. That's how you go diamond. You take your place among the best Sapphire makers in the company. So how do you become a Sapphire maker? Go Sapphire yourself. 15,000 points of volume with 40% leg balance, right? That means that each person that you enroll, if you enroll 10 people, you got 10 legs. You can only count up to 40% of the volume from any of those legs toward your Sapphire volume. So that way you don't have one rock star and they go Sapphire, you go Sapphire just because you brought them in. No, you got to have some leg balance. So when you do it that way, then what happens? You become a Sapphire maker. Okay? So that's how you want to do it. You want to climb the ranks. You want to learn the system, right? See, here's the thing. You want to learn the system. That's one of the reasons why we highlight people doing the right thing, because those living room meetings, those boom parties, those good parties, that's part of the system. New person gets in, you get in their living room. Remember the Fast Start training? Go back to iBoom Hub, click on Fast Start trainings, watch the first one. Holton Buggs does a presentation and the Fast Start training right after the presentation. And he shows you the 5 steps to getting people off to a fast start. You want to learn that, and you want to do that with everyone who joins your team. That's the system. And part of that is 4 good parties, 4 boom parties with that person. That's the system. You want to learn the system. You want to do the system. You want to become the system. And then you want to teach the system to the people on your team. And that's it. Don't get fancy. Don't get creative. That was one of the biggest lessons Holton taught me. He's like, don't get creative, Tigray. You're a creative guy. Don't get creative. Just do the system. Do it over and over and over again. Use the tools, use the system, lather, rinse, repeat. Just do it over and over and over and over again. Okay? So guys, use your tools. Don't talk so much. Use the recorded videos. Use the I Decide presentation. Use the videos from the Facebook Lives. Find your favorite one. Maybe Amy Seaver is your favorite one. Well, go copy the link. Keep it in the links on your phone. And when you need to show somebody a presentation, send them that. You know, learn how to send out an I Decide so that you can send a person that. But use the tools. Because what happens is when you talk a lot, all you do is teach your people, your prospects, that this is hard, that this is difficult, that they got to remember a lot. When you send them a link, you show them how easy it is. Use your tools. When they get started and they have questions, don't answer questions. iBoom Hub. That needs to be the answer to every question. Well, how do I get paid? iBoom Hub. How do I set up my pay app? iBoom Hub. Don't do a Zoom and show your people how to set up their pay app. Send them to iBoom Hub and let them watch the video. How do I send out a boomerang? Great, fantastic, awesome question. iBoom Hub. Don't sit there and show them how to send out a boomerang. Send them the video. Why? Because now you're not just answering the question, you're showing them how to train their future customer getters and business builders as well. That's the way you have rapid, massive duplication. You can't build a big team taking the time to teach each individual how to do a boomerang. No. Use the tools. Let them work for you. People ask me a question. Somebody asks me, well, how does upgrading work? How long does upgrading work? I don't answer the question. I go find the article on iBoom Hub, on the FAQ, and I send them the article. Say, read that. And bookmark it while you're there. So I'm teaching them how to serve themselves. Teach your team how to serve themselves. Use the tools, okay? And then you want to be sharing the story and the vision. You want to make sure that you keep letting people know, man, we're on a quest. We're doing things that the industry's never seen before. We're building a base of 5 million customers in our first year so we can rock the world with the PRIB, the perpetual residual income builder that follows up for you, that encourages your customers for you. It engages your customers. It's even going to engage your team for you. Helps people upgrade for you. Gets people to events for you. Sells your customers on other services that iBoomerang is going to be partnering with. And builds your income for you. Make sure people understand the story and the vision so they can see how significant it is that we have 11,600 plus trips booked after just 104 days. Why? Because that is the vision unfolding. And make sure you tell them that we have a CEO who's got a heart bigger than Texas, a heart bigger than the planet, who's going to make sure that you have the things that you need to succeed, who watches every Saturday training himself. He's supposed to be on his way out of the country. I don't even know how he's doing this. He has a flight to catch. I know this, but he's on the training, dropping booms. Hey, do this for the people. Hey, do that for the people. Yeah, make sure you tell them that story, because you know what? There has never, ever, ever in 60 years of network marketing been a company like this one. Never been a company like this one that has a vision like iBoomerang. Never been a company that has a CEO that's been as prepared to disrupt the industry as iBoomerang and Holton Buggs. Never one has had a team that's been as prepared to support and realize that vision as the iBoomerang team. And that has aggregated leaders who've been so prepared to make that vision a reality in the field, like Edwin Haynes and these diamonds, like iBoomerang. So folks, here I'm trying to tell you guys, we are here. We're at that place. Somebody asked me, can we add a page about Holton to the presentation? Go to iboomerang.com, click on the corporate team, and you can see all about Holton Buggs right there. Show people that. Use your tools. It's right there, folks. Okay? Keep it duplicatable. Don't get fancy. It's not about what works. It's about what duplicates. Make sure that what you do, everybody can do, because if you stay focused on your objective, which is a massive organization of customers, it's got to be a lot of people doing a little bit, so it can add up to a lot. And if you make it too fancy, if you start doing stuff people can't do, well, then you're going to break it. All right? All right, we're going to wrap with this. Vegas, 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 Vegas. Listen, I'm telling you, Holton had me hostage in his office yesterday afternoon, and he wouldn't get off Vegas. We had all these things to talk about. He just kept going back to Vegas. I'm going to tell you guys right now, Vegas is going to be soul-touching. You need to be there. Your team needs to be there. If you don't have a ticket, stop playing. If you don't have a ticket, stop playing. Get your ticket now. Do it now. Your team members don't have a ticket. Just tell them get a ticket. They got to get a ticket. Remember, events are not optional. So I'm just going to, I'm not hyping this. I promise you. I'm sitting there, and, none of what happens in Vegas is going to be a surprise to me, but I'm already with the goosebumps. So I just want to encourage you guys. This is an amazing company. We went through our updates. We talked about a few things. I really hope that you guys, if you didn't get it before, I hope you got it now. We'll get you those boomerangs. We're going to get them coded in the system for upgrades. Remember the promo, the Day 104 promo. Right now, from today through the end of the month, enroll someone with a first class. They get 104 boomerangs. You get 104 boomerangs. And any of you who upgrade to first class will also get 104 boomerangs. Not the sponsor, but the person there. So way to go. We want to thank Holton Buggs. We want to thank each and every one of you. You guys are amazing. We're going to go ahead and call this one a wrap so we can get these promos coded in the system. We love you guys. HB, safe travels, my friend. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for the opportunity to work with you and be mentored by you and to ride shotgun with you as we do something incredible here. Love you guys. Rock Saturday. Go get your boomerangs. T-Gray out.